Hey everyone, welcome to the review of the Xiaomi Robot Vacuum 5. In this video, we will be putting the Robot Vacuum 5 through the wringer. Is it the best mid-range option money can buy, or are there better alternatives? But before we begin, I want to take a moment to share something with you. As you probably know, I have been using AI voiceovers for my videos. I want to change that, so let's switch to my own voice right now.
I want to give this channel a real face and a real soul. From now on, I'll be doing the voiceovers myself. English is not my native language, and you'll probably hear that. Hopefully it's not as bad as Mark Rutte speaking English.
Sometimes it is that simple.
But seriously, I want to make the content more personal. I really enjoy the engagement with the community, and taking this step feels like the right thing to do. I am very curious what you think. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. Type AI yes if you rather keep the AI voice. Type AI no if you prefer that I do the voiceovers myself from now on. Let's get started. I have been testing the Xiaomi Robot Vacuum 5 for more than a month, and in this video I'm going to tell you what I think about the device. The build quality and design. The build quality is genuinely solid. The device feels heavy and sturdy. It has a retractable LiDAR sensor, so it can get under furniture lower than 10 centimeters. I only have two small complaints about the build quality and design. The Robot Vacuum 5 features the same flimsy flap in the dustbin as the S40 Pro. There is also no mesh between the HEPA filter and the dustbin. This means larger pieces of dust go straight into the HEPA filter, which increases the chance of clogging up much faster. The device doesn't have an AI camera system, but it has a more advanced laser system and structured light system than the S40 Pro. Navigation and mapping are handled by the top-mounted LiDAR sensor and the laser and structured light sensor in front. Just like other models with a LiDAR sensor, it does this very well and fast. It moves through the room calm and in a logical way. It smoothly avoids obstacles and climbs over thresholds without issues. My coffee table is no problem at all. It even spots small objects like Lego-sized toys in time and completely avoids them. Unfortunately, it does get tangled in thin cables and phone cords. But what do you expect from a device without a camera? The device is also quite good on thin carpets, as you can see on the video. It has some trouble with the carpet, but it does much better than the S40 Pro or the L10s Pro. I posted a video where I compared the three. The carpet pickup is good. But there is a thing that really bothers me. It is overly cautious with narrow passages. It refuses to go under my chair with slanted legs, and it also avoids my stools with straight legs. For comparison, the S40 Pro easily goes under the stool with straight legs, and the Dreamy even manages to navigate under both my stool and chair. It doesn't clean under those harder to reach places. I hope Xiaomi can fix this in a software update. But it is something that could be a deal breaker. When we check out the vacuuming and mopping performance, I can be pretty clear. It is good. Not earth-shattering good, but good enough for my household. The tri-cut brush is incredibly convenient. In the full month of testing, I had zero tangled hair. The mopping performance is also good. It doesn't mop as wet as the S40 Pro. The positive thing is it leaves less streaks on the floor, but because of that it is less effective at scrubbing stains away. For daily maintenance and light dirt it is perfectly fine. You can see right here how filthy the water is when I empty the dirty water tank. Just do not expect it to magically erase large stubborn stains. Something positive to note is that it's extremely quiet while it's mopping. The base station. The base station is especially useful for mopping features. As long as you can keep the clean water tank filled, you can let it mop whenever you want. You can also set exactly how often it should return to clean the mop pads during a session. It washes the mop pads with hot water, refills the internal water tank of the robot, and seamlessly resumes cleaning. After finishing its run, it empties the dustbin, washes the mop pads again, and dries them. Washing the mop pads during a clean run is a massive pro in my book. I did notice, however, that the mopping performance slowly declined over time. Ultimately, you still need to throw the mop pads into the washing machine every 2 weeks. After a proper machine wash, the results were excellent again. So as you can see on the video, the mop pad cleaning isn't as good as like throwing it in the washing machine. The automatic emptying of the dustbin works perfectly. The dustbin is relatively empty after the auto emptying. I never noticed any dirt clogging up. The app experience. In my opinion, the app is rather mediocre. In many ways it feels identical to the app of the S40 Pro, but it's also missing a couple of handy features. The Robotvacuum 5 simply adds a few extra base station features and places the carpet boost in a logical spot. However, I really miss the ability to quickly select the order in which rooms should be cleaned. You technically can do this, but it forces you to set up an entire new routine, which feels incredibly tedious. You also get fewer floor types to choose from. There is a button for more floor options, but clicking it does absolutely nothing. If it does not work, or if there aren't any more options, they should not include it. Another frustration is that you cannot hide mapped areas where the vacuum cannot or should not go, like my garden for instance. For a premium mid-ranger in this price range, this is a real missed opportunity. But now, what's the conclusion? The Robotvacuum 5 is a solid device, but is it the best? Probably not. But if you can get it during a good sale, I can really recommend it. The only gripes I have are, the app experience needs to be better. It needs to be less cautious around narrow pass-throughs like chairs and stools. There's no ability to quickly select the cleaning order by room. The mop cleaning of the base station can be better, and the mopping stain removal can be better. And there's no AI camera to detect small cables. Of course, if I would stress test this unit, I would probably could find more flaws. But in the daily normal use, it is a very solid device. The pros are good vacuuming, good carpet pickup, tri-cut brush, retractable lidar sensor to get under lower furniture, an advanced line laser and structured light sensor that can see small objects the size of Lego toys, decent mopping for everyday dirt, auto mop washing and dustbin emptying, decent obstacle and threshold handling. It has no advanced climbing system, but it handles my coffee table very smooth. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'm working hard to get 1000 subs and get monetized. A big shout out to Robostofzuigers.nl. If you live in the Netherlands, Belgium or Germany, check out their website. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. They borrowed me this device and gave me, as a small content creator, the chance and trust to test this robot vacuum out. I'll be reviewing the Dream L10S Pro Gen 3 soon, and I'm probably receiving the Dream L50 AE soon. So if you want to see more of these videos, like and subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out. When we check out the vacuuming and mopping performance, I can be critical. When we check out the vacuuming,